Happy Monday morning. It's a beautiful day, is what Herman Munster would say. All right, I've given a lot of thought to everybody's response about Bristol. I think Jeff Gluck took a poll, like 30% said it was a great race, and what was it, 70, 89, about 70% said it was not a good race. Well, that reminds me of our baseball Cardinals. Our Cardinals are playing 500 this year. They're 2 games over 500, and a part of our big fan base, they will not show up at the ballpark. This is the first time in years, 2 decades, the first time in 20 years that the Cardinals have not put 3 million or more people into Busch Stadium. So it begs, the philosopher in me is like, okay, so 2 races ago at Bristol, same car, different tire. Now, Goodyear's going to argue with you that this was the same tire. Okay, something was different. But they wore the tires out every 40 laps. I don't think you can mix the same rubber and go 140 laps and the tire still be good. So somebody don't have their story right. Now, I'm not saying Goodyear's lying. I'm just saying somebody don't have their story right. So the 2 races go at Bristol, same cars, same teams. You can only go 40 laps, and the tires wore out, the cords are coming out, people are blowing tires out. Now this time you can go 40, you can go almost 4 times longer on the same tire, same rubber. I think the people that Goodyear would say, something ain't right. So when you look back at that Goodyear race that everybody loved, it was mass destruction. People were blowing tires. There was a caution every 40 laps. I guess that's what a lot of people like. And like I've always said, I was born in 1963. And I've raced Bristol a lot. Did you know I was a crew chief at Bristol in 1984 for Joe Ruttman? That's when I started. I didn't start racing until 1986. I grew up in an era where, hey, the race went caution free. Wasn't that awesome? There was no wrecks. I guess I came up in that era because I built my own race cars. And man, I despise wrecking. When I tore my right front fender off, I was devastated. So I guess I just grew up as a racer. So my point of view on Bristol is, man, that was a good race. Nobody wrecked. There were some pit road speeding penalties. I guess John Henner Nemechek spun out. Joey Logano spun out. And they didn't even wreck. They just hit the wall a little bit and they kept on racing. Nobody wrecked out. If you stop and think about it, now respond right here at Bristol, nobody wrecked out. John Henner Nemechek, he was the first caution like lap 5, and hell, I didn't even count that. He spun out and he popped the wall a little bit and he kept racing. Well, I think there was a 3rd caution now that I'm thinking about it. These were all boring cautions, let's put it that way. They were not very memorable. The 3rd one was Corey LaJoie right in front of us coming off of turn 2. So 3 meaningless cautions where guys spin out, and at the very end of the spin, they go pop. They barely touch the wall. But, you know, when I think of our baseball Cardinals here, I mean, it is dead. It's unbelievable. There's nobody at the ballpark. And this is something that it's a new phenomenon for me. Call me the GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time at happiness. And, hey, look, there was no cautions. That's a good thing. They all finished the race. However, I guess, you know, I've been teasing you people that y'all want wrecks. And people are like, no, we don't want wrecks. We want pit stops and tires to wear out. Well, me too. I like that. But I guess I was caught off guard by society nowadays. I'm officially old, and I'll admit this. It's a different world. Do not count me in. I'm going to repeat myself. Do not count me in this new world. I don't like it. And here's what I don't like. The Cardinals play 500 ball. I'm not going to the stadium. The race at Bristol goes green. It's a hell of a race. I don't like it. There was not enough wrecks. I'm not going next time. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with people nowadays? Something don't go good, and boy, they're crybabies. Man, I wish Dale Earnhardt Sr. was alive today. He'd say, y'all need to quit your whining and crying. So that's where I'm coming from. All right, everybody. We don't repeat ourselves anymore, and we had 5 minutes and 36 seconds. Respond right here.